Dennis, will you start with the prayer?
Okay,
Do you want to be on? Do you want
no,
to?
it's fine. Is mute off?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll begin with the prayer of unity. Right. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks that this is done. It is so. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks that this is done. It is so. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks that this is done. It is so.
Thank you all for being here this evening. We are delighted. We are pleased.
Hey, Dennis, move the speaker back.
Thank you, Mark. So many of you are on the verge of also channeling us. You are starseeds and seeds, more importantly, seeds on Earth at this time. And the energies are very intense, is an understatement, to say the least. But as starseeds, your DNA, energy, frequency, cells, souls, energy, frequency, vibration is different. You are built differently than the vast majority of humans on your planet. You are here to seed new energies, new beginnings. We said a few years ago that your world will change. We said this to Soma. We showed her an image that she did not quite understand at all at the time we gave it. We told her that your world will change in 10 years and 20 years and 30 years consecutively. We told her this 4, 5 years ago, maybe 6 years. Before COVID. In fact, just before, a few months before, 6, 7 months, we did not give her all the information. We simply said that your world will change in 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years. You are seeds here to bring forth the new earth, the new changes, the new frequency, the new human, the new DNA is the wrong word. reignited, reassembled, rejigged, retwigged, readjusted, reestablished, reconnected are better words to describe what is happening to your DNA, which has so negatively been manipulated and targeted deliberately by negative forces on your earth. And that is why you are here. You are here to readjust, realign, reascend, recuperate, everything. We have said this before, and it is vaguely familiar to this one, to Soma. Realign, readjust, recoup, regenerate, re-establish, reconnect with your higher selves as starseeds, even as a less advanced form of humanity, a less advanced human being. We do not really like using those words. It is a great task that you have set yourselves, that we have in conjunction set with you and other star nations such as Lyra and Sirius and others. We work together, united as teams, on craft, on planets, on star systems, on suns, on moons, on galaxies, in this dimension, in other dimensions, in this galaxy, in other galaxies, on this timeline and other timelines. We work in all directions, in all time, space. There is nowhere we have not been. There is nowhere we have not seen. There is nowhere we have not traveled. Up, down, left, right, parallel, timelines, universes, galaxies. We are space-time travelers. And we are here to assist you, humanity. We planted you here. You planted yourselves here as starseeds on Earth at this time now. And many of you, as Soma is, feeling the shift on a daily basis in a very physical way, and struggling in a very physical way to maintain what is happening on a higher frequency, a higher awareness, a higher expansionness of soul creation, where your DNA is changing. And the frequencies and intensity that is hitting your earth at the moment is escalating. So when we said to her, to this one, to Soma, there will be changes in 10, 20, 30 years consecutively. And when we also said to her, this one, Soma, that there will be great changes on your earth, as we have said to other channelers, we have spoken these very same words through them. And not just one, but multiple channelers across your planet. And some of them thank you. Many of your channelers are channeling the same energies, the same beings, the same voices, the same souls, the same frequencies. There is not that many of you, starseeds. You are gifted to be here at this time on earth. You are crucial elements of ascension. And when we said to this one, Soma, through her, there will be great changes on your earth. She mistakenly thought that she would just get to witness them. She didn't realize that those energies would be working through her body, that she would begin to feel different, that her abilities would begin to grow, expand, develop, nurture, even become sometimes somewhat overwhelming. Awareness can be difficult to balance. That is why so many of you began as children. You are here as starseeds to bring forth a new earth, and your bodies bear with us. What we are trying to, Soma is trying to find the words. Your new earth is a very real thing that is developing, unfolding, growing, being given birth to, as is the new human. This is not woo-woo science or woo-woo beliefs. When your DNA changes, which it is a process that can be felt within the bodies of starseeds. Your abilities, your awareness, your DNA, your voices, your energy, your minds, your beliefs. You are triggers, you are activators, you are igniters of the new human. The new human is a new structure, a new human evolution embodied into humanity that will take time to evolve. This is a difficult process and part of your missions, part of your main missions as starseeds. And therefore, the energies you are feeling at the moment is to do very much to do with this, because many of you are being upgraded right now. And you will have upgrades and upgrades and upgrades and upgrades. It is not woo-woo off over there somewhere fantasy to say that you are turning into a new human without any change within you, within your bodies, within your DNA, within your voices, within your abilities. This is a physical process where you are changing and growing and learning and adapting and moving forward and letting go of old energies. You are starseeds here to insist, to instill, to instigate, to ignite, to ignition this process of ascension. And it is essential for you to be here on earth at this time. And many of you starseeds woke up as children and began to have these experiences of past lives, such as Soma, and being out of your body. It was tools, it was teachings, it was learnings, it was understandings, the esoteric foundations of life, of the universe, of love, of frequency, of your history, of humanity. Many of you were taught by us as children, not just this one. Many of you have had past life memories, have had astral projection experiences as a child, as children, as babies even. You are here to bring forth the new earth. And this, many of, perhaps many of you, perhaps some of you, but there are people who believe that the new earth will come easily. Birth does not come easily. It is bloody. It is messy. It can sometimes be very birth is not a nice process. Birth is difficult. Thank you. Can sometimes involve screams, can sometimes involve a lot of pain. Sometimes there is help needed. And we are here to assist in this new growth, in this new birth of the new human in a very physical way. Your bodies are changing in a very physical way. This is not something that is out there, that is green pastures will suddenly emerge. That is not how ascension works. Oh. There will be bloody battles. As starseeds, you are here to ignite. We've said this a few times this evening already. We are trying to explain, teach, share, let you feel the magnificence of what we are saying and the magnitude of what we are saying. Your earth is shifting into a higher frequency, a higher dimension, a higher vibration. And you as human beings, some of you as human beings, the starseeds are most definitely hybrids. Sometimes a combination of different ones, even if they are aware of that or not. There is no thank you. There is no starseed that is from a singular place, such as the Pleiadians. Pleiades, you are all a mixture of different, thank you, starseed races, which each bring a unique awareness and understanding within that soul, within that starseed soul. So that is our most important message to share this evening, is that the energies you are in are, are intense. Thank you. They do not come easily. They do not come without change, without growth, without bloodiness, without messiness, without. Soma does not want to say those words. But birth can be messy. It is not a nice experience. And that is exactly where humanity is at. You are igniters in this process. You are essential in this process. Would not be happening without you. The ascension process would not be occurring without your presence on earth. It is essential that you are here. which is why you chose, one of the reasons why you chose to be here. You are instigators. So when we said you will see many great changes on your earth, it will not happen in a beautiful way, although it is a beautiful process in your physical 3D reality. It will be dirty. It will be underhanded. It will be messy. There are many atrocities on your earth involving children, involving many dark groups. All these systems are being, are being brought to the front, to the surface, much like a glass of dirty water that is being cleared and cleaned. All the mud is coming to the surface in every system you have on Earth. The military, the police, what Soma calls the big pharma, the governments, the schools, every system on Earth will be exposed for what is really happening and occurring beneath the surface. And you will probably never see the full extent or impact of the darkness within each system. Some things will be hidden deliberately from you. Some things will be deliberately hidden from the masses, will be kept out of the mainstream media because the atrocities are so dark and evil. Soma would say that it is Hitler. Soma would say that it is Hitler times 100. And that will not be exposed. Just a bare percentage, thank you, bare percentage of it. 7 will be important. July. Let Carol, let Soma rephrase that. 7 months from now, March will be important. We've repeated ourselves a few times this evening because we are trying to get across, trying to share, trying to establish, trying to teach, trying to show, trying to let you feel the energy, the frequency, the vibration of what we are speaking this evening with the intensities of the energies you are feeling at the moment. This is an upgrade. Although many of you, even starseeds, will not perceive it to be an upgrade, perhaps for a few days or a few weeks or a few months or even a few years. Bless you. But for those who are more aware, we have said before, there are different levels to everything. There are different levels to starseeds. Some of you are more, excuse me, more advanced. In the same way that there is school, there is college, and there is university. There are different levels, excuse me, to everything. So we have said a few times this evening, we are really trying to get this home to you. The magnitude, the greatness, the changes that are occurring on your earth are huge, are of huge significance. And the changes will, thank you, will be felt in your bodies by starseeds, whatever level they're at. And the higher the level, the higher the frequency that they are able to withhold within their body. We have spoken of this before, and we have often referred to it through Soma as being a plug, frazzling if it is plugged in too quickly, or if it sparks because it cannot withhold the energy. This is very similar to what we are describing that is happening now to starseeds. And the higher the level of the starseed, the higher the, thank you, the higher the frequency it can withhold within its human body, within its human form. And this is to do with the changes in your DNA, the changes in your blood, the changes in your cells. This is a very real physical thing that is painful, and your bodies are changing. We really want to hit home this evening. We are repeating ourselves because we want you to feel this energy in your bodies of change, which is difficult, that brings about a new earth. It is not something that, thank you so much. What we are really trying to say is that there is no magic fairy godmother that will come along and wave a wand and a new earth is born. That is not how it works. It is a difficult process. But you are doing well. The upgrades are very difficult and you have been upgraded as starseeds. And we spoke just now of the different levels of the starseeds. Okay. The higher the level of the starseed, the more energy it can withhold within its physical form. So therefore, these will be upgraded more, thank you, intensely, more rapidly, because they are, and it is not a good or, it is not about higher or lower. It just is that these starseeds are able to withhold more energy. That is simply what we are describing. These higher starseeds are just simply able to withhold more energy in their physical human bodies. That is it. It is not about higher or lower. It is just about being able to maintain the flow of chi, the flow of life force, the flow of prana through their physical bodily human bodies. And this is largely, they are largely able to do this because of the trauma they experienced as children. The dark always has a positive outcome effect, reason. There is always goodness that comes from dark. There is always light that comes from dark. So we will give this one as an example of being traumatized as a child and then being given the ability or the gift or being able to herself leave her body and connect to us, which is a gift, which is an ability, where an excess of DMT through trauma can be released in the brain and is released in the brain, causing an awareness, an excess of psychic abilities and mediumship abilities and esoteric experiences and spiritual experiences and woo-woo stuff occurring, which is actually science based, but the science that you are not shown, you are not taught, because then you would have more control over yourselves and your bodies. It is important, thank you, it is important for you during this upgrade that you balance these energies through your body. This is thank you, a DNA upgrade, something important to mention here is that your food has been so highly targeted, especially over the more recent 10 years, let us say. Okay, and even more the last 4 and 5 years. It is because the science and the powers that be that mass produced your food are extremely well educated and men of science, real science, that are well aware and well educated and understand that food affects your DNA. Water, which you are 90% of, 95% of, 97% of, affects your DNA, affects your body. Many of you are aware of what is being put into your water and your food in order to what is that word? Thank you. In order to purposely keep your DNA dumbed down, to not allow the natural flow of ascension of starseeds, most particularly. We welcome any questions you have. One last thing we would like to share with you is that it is highly important. It is a priority. And if it is not, if you do not realize it is a priority, it would be, thank you, it would be wise for you, including Soma, to make it a priority now to ground these new energies, because you have been upgraded. Some of you hugely. And in order to, thank you, in order for these upgrades to be balanced and brought into a stability, because at the moment they are very shaky. They are, some of them are on the verge of frazzling, which is a dangerous space to be in. Soma is never an exception. But she is blessed. and supported by physical people around her that are very good healers and very often help to balance her energy. Let us put it that way. So these energies, these upgrades that you have been experiencing, whatever level you're at, need to be balanced, need to be stabilized, is a perfect word to use. Stabilized. And some of you need to release trauma. Some of you are aware that you need to perhaps lay on the ground and cry, or scream, or sing, or chant, or drum. Sound out of your body, energy out of your body, purging or making yourself sick, whether it be through sacred medicines, sacred herbs that have been used in this way for thousands of years. You need to stabilize these energies. They are fragile, to say the least, for some of you. Grounding, trees, nature, harmony. Your bodies are changing. You need to learn new ways to be in your body with these, in your bodies with these new adaptations, these new upgrades of your DNA. Forgive us if you feel we are repeating ourselves. It is important, very important, to get this message across to you this evening. For those listening in the future, mostly because we feel that you understand this. Those of you who are here now, you understand this. You are and have been witnesses to us, to what we have been sharing in this group since we started speaking to you. Now would be a good time for questions. Grounding is essential to stabilize the upgrades, and you have been upgraded. Release the trauma. Take yourselves into the mountains or into the forest where there is no other souls or humans, we should say, for better words, because then it is highly unlikely that there will be no other souls around you. But it would be wise for you to make sure there are no other human beings around you in order to release these traumas that you have carried from not just this lifetime, but generation from in past lives, going back to the very time of Atlantis. You have been targeted, tracked and traced in a very physical way by negative ET agendas. We have said this before, and many moons is here. Soma has been called crazy many times, not leastly from her own her own family. But many moons is here, in spirit and physically now. reincarnation of. Many of you will not understand what she is speaking. Only a very few. We will not go into that now. No need. But you have been tracked and traced from lifetime to lifetime since the downfall of Atlantis that came about by negative ET energy, where it overthrew humanity. It overthrew your planet. Your Earth was knocked off its natural axis. Access. Forgive Soma's access. Forgive Soma's accent. Accent. This was highlighted once. And of course, we found it highly funny. The trauma you carry is not just from this lifetime. That is why it is so difficult to heal. If it was just this lifetime, it would be a breeze. The enormity of your soul's advancement and who you really are on a soul level as the starseeds that you are born into these bodies would shake off that trauma like a feather. Let us say that again. You would shake off that trauma like a feather. But it is an accumulation of lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime for many thousands of years since the time of Atlantis and downfall of. You have been targeted, tracked, and traced by negative ET energy. And we will say this until Soma is blue in the face and her breath ceases, and we will find another to speak through, and we will be saying the same message again and again and again. Your Christ, Jesus. Some of you will not like that name, but he came with a message, the same message, and he spoke it again and again and again, perhaps in different ways, but he is one of us. As we were saying, it is an accumulation of trauma from thousands of lifetimes that you are clearing, which is why it is so difficult. Starseeds such as you would not find it so difficult to release trauma if it was from this singular lifetime. We just said that would be a breeze. And it would. And the reason you have been tracked and traced and traumatized since the downfall of Atlantis is to do with the very evolution of humanity, which affects and impacts everything that exists in the universe, including us. We've said this before, perhaps in a different way, but everything is connected. What happens on Earth affects us. Your ascension is not limited to Earth. We find that hilarious, dear ones. Hilarious. So now would be a good time for questions. Else we will be repeating ourselves again of how of the importance of grounding your energies now, releasing trauma from those thousands of lifetimes. Be the tree, go into the forest. Your bodies are different. That is why, one of the reasons why you are able to cope so well with horrendous atrocities to children and experiences you've had. Many starseeds have worse experiences than Soma. Some of you are locked up deep underground.
Can I ask a question? So I've been told in the past that, building lighthouses, can be important. And I'm just curious if they feel like that's helpful to do that, to build like a light structure over certain buildings.
Of course, you know the answer to this already. It has a huge impact. You are.
Can you explain why?
Because you are creating a very real force field of light. You are creating a very real force field of light. Light, color, sound, frequency, energy. All of these things you are able to manifest in your mind and bring forth into creation, bring forth into the physical. That is manifestation.
Thank you.
We know that is a very short, simple answer. But your thoughts create your reality. Many of you know this on a very deep level, and yet you still find it difficult to manifest. That is changing. You will see that change over your lifetimes, over this lifetime, and you will see changes in your lifetime, and you will become better manifestors. There are many aspects at play here to do with manifestation. Many aspects. And one of them is to do with money and the elite families and the control and the Soma's looking for the words other than the ones we are giving her. The elites know how to rule, control money. And many of them, in fact, all of them, use dark esoteric arts. Dark esoteric arts in order to control money. But this is just one way that they control money on a Soma would say on a higher level, but it is not of the light, it is of the dark. It is a dark, higher level. where money is being controlled, and where black magic is being used to control money on a higher level, but in a dark, not in a positive way. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
So many of you will become better manifestors in your lifetime, such as Soma and people close to her.
I have another question, if that's okay.
Okay.
Are we able to, I mean, I feel again, I probably know the answer to this, but I was just wondering, are certain people have different energies that need to be spread around? Do all of us need to walk around and basically share our energy, or is it really more depending on, I mean, because I know our frequency affects everyone else, but do some of us have more of a, let's say, job or, to travel more and to get our energy than others, maybe, depending on our individual sort of purpose, if you want to say in quotes, purpose?
Yes. Which is very much to do with why we were explaining so much, some would say, about the different levels of starseeds. Some of you are at the higher end of the spectrum. And this is not about better or, this is not about higher or lower, although Soma struggles to find the words to describe what we are showing her without using the words higher and lower, because that is what you've been taught. And the reason you've been taught that is because you've been taught to look at the elites and the stars and even the media and the politicians as higher and yourselves as lower, in order to give your power away to someone higher, even if it is in your locality, such as a doctor or a lawyer or a politician or a teacher. You are taught to give your power away. So some of you, as higher starseeds or more experienced or more advanced, with more knowledge and more experience and more understanding, you are able to spread more, give more, share more light, teachings, understanding, knowledge, experience, and it is in your soul contract for you to reach more people, whether it be through technology or whether it be in person or whether it be through radio or whether it be in your schools or your universities or your hospitals or your workplaces. Some of you are born to shine brighter, and therefore you attract more people. And this is part of some of your contracts. These people are known. One way you can tell these people or you can distinguish these people is their throat chakras are worked on by us and others to become clearer, cleaner, purer channels for us and the likes of us, because you are from us, you are from Lyra, you are from Sirius, you are from Pleiades, you are from a collection of different planets and star systems and galaxies and universes. You are space travelers, for want of a better word, having a very small experience. So, yes, of course, you are born to share everything you've been taught in these places before you were born on Earth. The teachings you had, the technology, the abilities, the telepathy, the healing gifts you had in your fingertips to heal is incredible. It's incredible. You are magnificent beings. Trapped somewhat in human bodies, believing falsehoods and false lies. Stop playing small and realize that you are here to reach the masses. Whether you were born as little Mark or little Sheila or little Michael or little Carol or little Dennis or little Marianne or little David. That is the lie that you've been taught. In order for you not to manifest your abundance, in order for you not to manifest change, in order for you to not manifest a new earth, a new evolution, a new human. It is evident to us, and perhaps some of you this evening, that Soma is that we are channeling slightly different, that Soma is channeling slightly different. And many of you will be. We've spoken of the upgrades. We do not need to go into more of that this evening. Does that answer?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
The brighter the light, the brighter the starseed, the higher the level of the starseed, the more it will be targeted, the more it will be attacked. It is a war. It is a spiritual war. It is a spiritual game of chess. Some of you shine so brightly, you are seen by us and others, good and bad. And some of you are not even aware of it. Some of you walk around as if you are insignificant. Some of you commit suicide to escape pain. We welcome any more questions this evening.
No, may I ask a question, please? I'm interested in how to recognise whether we've brought forth traumas from previous lives. How would we know that, please?
When trauma happens, one way to tell is when trauma happens at a young age. There is no one, especially no starseed on your planet right now, that has not brought forth trauma from a previous lifetime. You've all had trauma in each and every lifetime since the downfall of Atlantis. Please, for Soma, can you repeat the question?
Yeah, I was interested in when you were saying how we have to address the traumas that we've experienced in our present lives and also the ones that we've brought forth from previous lives. And I was just thinking about myself, and I can't recognize any traumas that I've brought forward from previous lives. So I'm asking, how can I find out what those are and how do I deal with them, please?
You don't need to. You don't need to. Why would you look for trauma if you don't feel it? Don't look for something that you don't need to carry. Don't look for wounds to heal if you cannot feel them. Don't look for scars on your body if you cannot see them. Does not mean they are not there. It just means that they are not relevant to your now, because now you choose a more peaceful existence. Yes, we no doubt are sure and certain that you've have had trauma in past lives again and again and again. And you may even have had trauma in this life as a child. Maybe. Do not go looking for wounds to heal if they are not in front of you. Do not look for scars on your body if you can't see them. There is no need to do that. If it is not evident to you that you have scars or wounds or trauma to heal, and if you do, you will know. And others who love you around you will see.
Okay.
You are beautiful. Some of you have, we understand the deeper level of your question. Some of you are meant to, oh, okay. Oh, some of you are meant to have easier lives for reasons that we are in this moment explaining to Soma, because you are starseeds and you are connected. And some of you have easier lives this time because you are holding the energy or the trauma for others, such as Soma, because you have connected in previous lifetimes and off planet in places such as the Pleiades or Sirius or Lyra. You are connected. You came here en masse, united in this mission for ascension. So it is a blessing to have an easier lifetime than, and you are holding energy. Do not look for wounds that are not there, or battles. It is okay to have an easier life. And it's part of your mission. That is a blessing. It is a blessing. Were you calling me back?
No.
Oh. Oh. You are a beautiful soul, Sheila. You do not. You have not needed to experience great trauma in this lifetime. Of course, we are joking when we say, but perhaps the next. Does that answer your question?
Yes, that's very helpful. Thank you. I misunderstood what was said earlier. That was why I thought we had to.
We understood that.
Yeah, thank you.
Michael, do you have, Dennis, do you have question?
Well, as I said earlier, my interest tonight was knowing more about the moon and how it got there. The most likely explanation is observational misperception, because science can't, according to science, it shouldn't be there. But I don't want at this stage of the game, it's getting late, to embark upon a whole new subject. But we were discussing earlier asking you specific themes for future channelings, and I suggested that a lecture on the moon would be a suitable subject.
We believe so too. We agree with you that this evening is not the time for that, given that we have taken up so much of your time. As a group, and Soma's time. We thank you for being here with us. We very much look forward to being with you again and sharing more teachings, more understandings, perhaps even on a deeper level, perhaps more advanced information, perhaps more information about technology and what is planned Perhaps we will share some of what is planned by the negative agenda in order to expose some of those
That would be helpful. Yes, thank you.
Right?
Mhm.
Would you do a prayer? Would you close in a prayer?
All right.
Thank you. We thank you for being here this evening with us. Dennis will.
Okay.
Leave us with a prayer.
Thank you so much for that channeling. And we will close with the unity prayer. We are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks that this is done. It is so. And you asked for me to repeat it 2 more times, okay?
Thank you.
And we are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks that this is done. It is so. And finally, we are all one. When one is harmed, all are harmed. When one is helped, all are helped. Therefore, in the name of who I am, and I am one with all there is, I ask for the greatest good of all here concerned. I give thanks that this is done. It is so.
Thank you, Dennis. So I can't really speak much right now, but I'm going to end this recording. And guys, please don't go anywhere. I'm just going to end the recording. I'm going to make coffee, and I think maybe if we could take a break. I have no idea what time it is. I don't have my glasses on even. But let's have a coffee break and come back if you want to. It's 9:40.
Yeah, still Saturday.